these are the various stakeholders we have in Bamenda. First of all, we have government agencies such as municipal councils, local city councils, law enforcement officers, parliamentarians, the various government ministries. These are all stakeholders that are part of the waste management chain that should be involved in the waste management chain. Also, we have the media. The media is a very important arm of today's society. That is why we have people we call influencers, because they have just their media page and they influence a lot of things. So by media, we are talking of the social media, leveraging social media platforms, our local stations, our various media channels and outlets these are stakeholders in the waste management sector. We also have local NGOs, such as which are involved in this. We have many of them in Bamenda, and these are stakeholders that are directly and indirectly involved in waste management. We have religious bodies, churches, mosques, even traditional authorities. These are stakeholders that play an important role in waste management. We have educational institutions. From the primary level, after deliberations, we discover that these are important stakeholders. Right from the primary level, the secondary level, the tertiary level, the educational institutions play a serious role as far as waste management is concerned. We also have social groups. Waste management is not just something that ends with educated people. That is why we cannot leave it at the level of educational groups. We have social groups such as Jangi groups. We have football clubs. We have all these different social groups that we may not find them in churches. We may not find them in schools. But in these local places, we can find them. And therefore, we consider them as important stakeholders in the waste management plan of Bamenda. Moreover, we have waste management companies. Our doctor has given an example of Empire Group. In Douala, we have Ezaka, we have Eco Green, we have Red Plus, and so many of them. These are waste management companies that can involve themselves in this process of waste management in Bamenda. We have the informal sector, which we will mostly talk about the waste pickers. These are people who my colleague will actually mention their roles. And lastly, we have individuals. Everything boils down to you and I. So you are a stakeholder in waste management. I am a stakeholder in the waste management process. So my colleague will give us a vivid rundown of the roles of these various stakeholders in waste management.
1 minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll briefly give us the role of stakeholders in waste management in Bamenda. And we begin with sensitization and capacity building workshop. For example, like this scenario we find ourselves there, we are being given awareness and opportunity to get insights and share with others out there. We also have media houses. We know of radio stations or personalities that when we talk, people listen. For example, I begin from Machi. There is a time that he speaks on the news and everybody, most especially the market women, the bike riders and whatsoever, they listen to him. And he has this particular way of speaking that he gets to the highest personality and the lowest personality in the community. And those are the media houses that we can use to create awareness or share information to individuals, both literate and illiterate. Then we move to motivation. Imagine back those days where you go to the riverside to collect bottles, receiving bottles, and these people are passing by and saying, receiving bottle 100. You are motivated to go around and pick and sell. We also have municipal orders. We believe previous years we had clean-up campaigns. There is a day set aside for that, and you don't open your store. If provide all those things and we have that, we will be able to get to people. And there are also community cleanup campaigns. That when the quarter says there is cleanup today, you don't go home, you don't go work, you must attend. And if you don't attend, you pay fines. There are also fines attached to disposing of waste anyhow in the community. When you are being caught, anyhow, we know. There are also waste valorization. We have individuals that transform waste into it's a source of employment for them, and they sell it and they have money. We also have educational curriculums. In recent years, they have introduced certain aspects of the environment and agriculture into the curriculum that we start training children from the basics to maturity. For us and our parents, it is very difficult for us to take change, but with little children, it is very easy for us to convince them. And still with little children, if you tell them something and tomorrow they see you not doing it, and see, you say I should not do this, why are you doing this? Uncle. So that is what educational institutions should do. And like we earlier talked about waste companies, we should have waste companies that are in charge of collection and recycling of waste. Thank you very much.